Free Assange!
Good, you brother.
Read about it?
Hello?
Free Julian Assange. Journalism's not a crime.
Oh, here comes the felon.
Hey!
The conquering hero, not really conquering, not really a hero, but not this time. $100 fine and they can stick it up their ass and not paying one cent of it. And she thought she was being lenient, but she can shove it. The magistrate. I'm sorry, I was found guilty. I'm not sure.
Two of the charges he could have gone to jail for.
Is that for the Jaguar thing?
I was hoping to because that would just make me laugh. Honestly, it would appeal to my sense of humour to be putting liquid chalk on a fucking Jaguar billboard and to go to prison for it. That would just be so sweet. Honestly, it wouldn't bother me.
So are you going to appeal it?
We're not sure. We're not sure. We're going to give it a few days.
What's liquid chalk?
It's chalk that's liquid.
So it comes off easy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, wash it off.
With a wet wipe or a wet piece of cloth, of course it does, because it was so shonky. It was so shonky. And the magistrate was so wrong. Like she said, I haven't been given evidence of that you know, it's removable from the billboard material. She had prevented Mark Davis from giving that evidence. He got the exact same material in his bag and he was going to demonstrate that it was easily removed, but she wouldn't allow that evidence, and so she said, I haven't been given that evidence. No, because she didn't fucking allow it, that's why. Ridiculous. Yeah, Beretta, she would have been, they're probably friends.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Hi. Hello. Good weather?
No, look, the weather looks great. Everything's pretty blue, beautiful, and the handsome people are handsome, and the people, there are many. Pretty inside. For heaven's sake.
Hi, Mom. Why are you here to support Julian Assange?
Why are we letting him go when he is such a signet man, loving the country, loving people in the country? What are they doing when the most important person whatsoever, Julian Assange, is not given any capital, how could we live like that when we do that to people? How long has it been going on now without having a
More than 10 years he's been in arbitrary detention, and for more than 2 years in solitary confinement. It's
solitary.
Solitary
What
confinement.
has he done wrong? You tell me that. What we
Revealed
do
the crimes of the powerful.
You could cry every time you begin thinking about it. I know this is a very feminine thing to do, but how can we feel anything other than absolute sorrow when we think of the most wonderful people who can't even say hello? It's this, when you look around this place, it is just extraordinary. And what are we, all we're asking is, let this man come home. He has a home, he's had a home, he should have a home. And what are we doing to him? To a person, what are we doing to ourselves? Look at these lovely people who come and stand in sometimes the really cold weather, particularly when you're walking a long way to get where you're going. And it's wonderful. But what on earth are we having this man? It is absolutely handsome, clever, the most wonderful person. We can't even let him come into the country. I know that our land and water need WikiLeaks and bring him home. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well said. Thank you.
Do you know this sign?
Put the fist like that. That's it. That's it.
The one.
Okay. That's what we do to...
That's the unity for Julian.
Yeah. I came to one of the meetings before once when we were doing here. Look, there's such a lovely crowd of people. You know, you have a real sentimentality with the people, and it's wonderful. And I'm so proud to be with the people who are so loving of people like this.
Mum has been talking about coming here for weeks and weeks, every day. And so it's like, okay, we'll do it.
Thank you. Thank you for making the effort. Well, it's not so much fun in winter. It gets a bit cold in winter.
Yeah, we thought that's why Mum's here.
Tell somebody in the government, tell them every 10 minutes.
Yes. Well, there's a lot of politicians that are now supporting us. There's 24 federal parliamentarians that have come out in support of Julian Assange, and every week we read their names out and thank them very much for their...
How long have you been doing it?
77 weeks.
Oh, that's wonderful. You want to have a huge sign, though, that says that they can't walk around until they read it. I mean,
Well, I hand this out to people,
Great.
and a lot of people take it and, you know, read all about it. And we get them to sign the online petition. So, you know, we're spreading the word.
what time do you start?
4 o'clock in winter. And we finish at 6 o'clock because it's dark by 6 o'clock. But in summertime we do it earlier. Later. We do it at 5 o'clock and we finish at 7 o'clock. But it's much warmer and lighter until much later. So.
Look, and it's not that you want to thank you or anything. It's just that it's the only thing to do.
I can't sit at home and not do it. I have to be here every Friday. No matter what's happening, I've got to come and do this. It's the least I can do for Julian because he's done us a great service.
Through the years.
Yeah.
And he's never ever complained.
No. He's
And
never taken a deal. He's stood fast to his principles. He's never revealed a source. He's never published anything that wasn't 100% truthful. He's a perfect journalist. He's a perfect journalist.
It just boggles the imagination. That's all I can say. You know, you can be a person who is as kind, but if you don't take the hard things in and fix them, what is the next step? This is a good place to be, incidentally.
Well, it's a good place for photography, and there's no traffic here, so it's
nice.
yeah.
Maybe
Can people see if it's like this, or should it be?
Yeah. You're getting a lot of attention.
Pass yet?
Yeah.
Like to do that?
So you can face it.
There we are. We can back you into here and then you can pull off. Hello, how are you?
This is Karen.
Hi, I'm Karen.
James. This is Marty. This is James.
Hello, James.
Bridget. This is Marty. And Melanie.
Hi, how are you?
Marty, I'm Melanie, I'm
Matt.
3 M's,
Mike.
triple M.
Yeah, you're all M's.
Of our governments. Free Julian Assange, jail the war criminals.
Only one decision.
No extradition. Our mate.
Julian Assange. Our mate. Free.
in jail. Julian Assange. How do you figure that one out, people? That ain't justice. That's rubbish. That's corruption.
This week a few people who support Julian Assange went over to Anthony Albanese's office to hand over a letter with a number of signatures. We said that it's good that the Australian Labor Party has said that they unanimously support Julian, but they have to actually do something to get him free. It's all well and good to say that you support him, but more needs to be done. Julian's a part of the MEAA. He's been a member for over 10 years, and that union is affiliated with the Australian Labor Party. Anthony Albanese is the leader of the Australian Labor Party, and we've asked him to take action, join the parliamentary group and support Julian. When we were at the office, we saw some police come and they went into Mr. Albanese's office. They then came out and said that they were called by Mr. Albanese's office. They spoke to us and they were very polite. We weren't doing anything wrong. We were very civil, as were they. And they asked about Julian, had some questions. We told them what was going on with the case, and then they went away. So they were polite, we were polite. That's the way the police are supposed to act. And the New South Wales police have been pretty supportive in the most part. So not sure why Mr. Albanese's office would have called them, but we'd like Mr. Albanese to actually take some action in supporting Julian.
And how many people were there?
I'd say there would have been around eight of us went in there.
Right.
This is the 77th weekly Julian Assange Town Hall gathering. It has become a tradition for people from Sydney and nearby to gather here every Friday to raise awareness about the political persecution of the multi-award winning Australian journalist Julian Assange. Consistent with Julian's beliefs in the public's right to know the truth, we provide news and information relevant to his situation and his ideals. We are compelled to do this because Julian's journalism has shown us the mainstream media collaborate with powerful interests at our expense. Free speech is the heart of democracy, and we must keep that heart beating as strongly as possible. A major blow to truthful journalism came on Tuesday when Craig Murray, a journalist and a friend of Julian Assange, was given a severe sentence of 8 months imprisonment for the rather obscure speech crime of jigsaw identification. Craig has stated he did not identify accusers and that the court's application of jigsaw identification is far too unspecific. Craig was given 3 weeks stay and is appealing the decision along with the severity of the sentence. Craig has a serious health condition which will be made worse through spending time in jail. The 8 months jail sentence, especially for someone with a dangerous health condition, appears overwhelmingly disproportionate. On the 20th of May, Craig was due to appear as a witness in a Spanish court concerned with the alleged spying of the CIA on Julian Assange in the Ecuadorian embassy. Craig was one of Julian's most frequent visitors to the embassy, so his testimony would definitely be valuable. Craig will now be unable to attend this important court case because he has been ordered to surrender his passport before the 19th of May, just one day before his scheduled court appearance in Spain. How convenient. Truth about corruption is not a crime, but corrupt governments will find ways to treat it as one. We must be vigilant about our right to free speech, and we must call out the mechanisms used to curtail it. Julian Assange is held in solitary confinement, preventing him from commenting on the many abuses currently taking place. It is up to us to make a stand. It is vital that we are morally engaged and prepared to speak the truth, even when many around us don't wish to hear it. Julian's journalism has focused on our need to know the truth. His publishing of original documents has informed us about the value of evidence-based scientific journalism in determining what is true and what is not. Julian Assange is a catalyst for a new culture, a culture of truth. At the core of this culture is the realisation that truth is our power and that we must resist attempts to suppress it. Julian Assange stands for the need for greater transparency of governments and of powerful entities, while at the same time standing for greater privacy for individuals. Julian founded WikiLeaks, which helps achieve both. WikiLeaks is a platform designed to protect the privacy of individual whistleblowers, allowing them to anonymously submit public interest information for publication and achieve increased government and corporate transparency. Julian Assange has always been a true hero of truth. 10 years of unjustified smearing, persecution and outright torture have shown us that the character of Julian is exemplary. Propaganda against him is still circulating, but it is becoming less effective by the day as people become more attuned to understanding the need to consult verified evidence before making conclusions. We must speak the truth even though we know the powerful will smear and ridicule us. We must speak the truth because it is the right thing to do. We must speak the truth because it is the only viable path to freedom. Censorship and suppression of speech lets us know we are being excluded from the democratic process. We are seeing more and more ways being developed to censor and otherwise limit speech. It is vital we maintain ways to be heard. Support for Julian's freedom is growing, but our freedoms are fast diminishing. We are being lied to about many things by our media and by politicians. We must resist restrictions put on free speech. We must be extremely wary of the introduction of new technologies that increase the power of the surveillance state to limit our freedom and our ability to speak truthfully. It is up to ordinary people to make a stand. We must not allow ourselves to be ruled by evidence-free propaganda. The fight for free speech is the fight for our right to know the truth and the fight for democracy. Keep fighting. Truth is our power. It is over 10 years since the arbitrary detention of Julian Assange began. This is in itself clear evidence of a seriously corrupt system. Julian Assange is completely innocent. He should be free, and he is a hero for publishing truthful information. Free Julian Assange!
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 Only one decision!
No extradition!
There's only one decision!
No extradition!
Inmate!
Julian Assange! Inmate!
Outmate!
Julian Assange!
Inmate!
Outmate!
Julian Assange! Free! Free!
Julian Assange!
Free! Free!
Julian Assange!
Free! Free!
Julian Assange! Stand up against government corruption war, guys.
Just Google Assange.
What should I say?
Well, when they say free, and then you say Julian Assange, it's fine. Don't worry.
Killing innocent
That's easy
people.
enough.
Have a look at the collateral murder video on YouTube.
So how I used to be on Dateline, so I worked with Mark Davis and actually have spoken to Julian a number of times. And Mark went over there about the time of all the allegations.
Oh, you went over?
No, Mark Davis,
Mark,
but I was
yeah,
producing
yeah.
the story.
Yeah, okay.
And then I spoke to Mum about it, and then Mum got interested.
So that was that first series that he did in the bunker. That one? They were in the they were.
Mark Davis. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mark was there. Mark Davis was there.
Yeah, Guardian.
Mark, he's
Yeah.
come here a couple of times.
Oh, has he? Oh, good on him. Yeah.
I've got a photo with him actually on my Facebook profile.
Oh, good on him.
Him and
Yeah.
David, well, he's
Yeah, no, he
defending
was
David
really good on
McBride.
this issue. Yeah.
Yeah. Mark Davis always said that he's adamant that Julian tried his hardest to redact
absolutely,
all
yeah.
of the names.
Yeah.
But the New York Times and the Guardian just went
Yeah.
and published it anyway.
They're the
Yeah.
ones that had the code that released it, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was that special.
I've already
on the,
signed this one. Thank you.
There was that special.
What about Craig Murray? They're really trying to shut him up. It's pretty bizarre. They're not going to let him testify in the case against Morales for the spying on Julian when he was in the Ecuadorian embassy.
Thank you. You want to say free as
I see you.
Thank you.
We're going, Tony.
The two tenors and one's the brother and one.
You did very well.
Thank you for your support.
Yes, so we had no problem. Okay, all right.
That's it, really.
Thanks.
Yeah, there we have, Mark.
Can I take that or do you want to?
Okay, all right. Good on you all. All right. Free Julian Assange.
I mean it. Thank you very much. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Hey! Okay, gotcha.
Michael for a bit.
Yeah, this is not chilly.
No. Okay, but it's chillier than some nights.
It's all relative.
It's all relative.
Lost it.